Welcome back. Yesterday on The Pulse at this time, we spoke to a lawyer for artists Charmza, the DJ, and Biblos. They brought a legal action against Master KG's record label, Open Mic Productions, and the music distributor Africori. They are alleging copyright infringements of the massive COVID-19 lockdown social media hit Jerusalem. Well, we'll speak to the other side in this. First, let's have a quick reminder about what the fuss is all about.
Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, ikayalami, ilondoloze.
I'm sure you haven't forgotten that particular song. Well, let's speak now to the other side of this dispute. The managing director of Open Mic Productions is Nkateko Maluleke. Nkateko, good evening. Thank you for your time tonight. The lawyer for the other side claims that your client, Master KG, essentially stole the work of other people. How do you respond to that?
Good evening, Stephen. Good evening to the Newzroom Afrika viewers. There's currently a court process, as you are aware, in relating to the song Jerusalem, and his very clear utterances was that the song was stolen, which we hold a completely different view. So, without discrediting what he was saying, he spoke really well, and he made good references to legislation and all related practices. It's just not on a wrong case. The fact that the song was stolen is completely not true. We've never shied away from allowing him and rather his client to go to the highest room of law in the country to prove contrary to what we are saying. So, in short, his understanding of the law correct, scenario completely incorrect.
Okay. So it seems to me that there's a dispute, what the lawyers call a dispute over facts, right? You have one version of what happened, they have another version.
Correct.
Key to this, and I think this is going to be an important fact, they said, you would have seen the interview, they say that Master KG was not actually in the room at the time the music was created. They accept that it was his studio. They accept that their clients were working there. They accept that they were first there to work with him. But what they say is that when they came up with the music, the insight, as it were, they did the composition, he was not in the room. Is that true? That's
completely incorrect. So the one thing I'll make it clear to you, Stephen, and the viewers, is that it's not an abnormal practice to have people loitering around the studio at any time. That happens. However, the specific characters that we have in question as claiming to have been the creators of the song are not known to have substance in the music industry or to have ever produced any hit. So it came as a surprise to us when they specifically chose Jerusalem as the song that they created. But we understand Jerusalem is it continues to be a great success. Any other person with certain intentions, whether good or bad, would want some sort of affiliation or association. So we've noted that. Our position has always been very clear. There is no such.
Okay. So was Master KG in the room?
Yes.
And can you prove it?
Yes.
How?
Not at this stage. As I mentioned earlier, the matter is now sitting before the courts. So ideally, this should not be playing out in the media gallery. It should be playing out in a court of law. So in as much as we agreed to come and to some degree speak on where we are, certain things remain part of what is now our defense, considering that the matter is now before the courts.
There's nothing in any law in South Africa that prevents you from talking about the case. There's nothing that stops you telling us before you tell a court your version.
On that aspect, it's a position we have taken as a business. We will therefore not go into that detail.
Okay. The other people who've made the application against you, they say that Master KG never got in touch with them to pay them any royalties. Is that true?
Never had what? So say that again?
They say that Master KG never got in touch with them to pay them any royalties. And the reason I ask this is that this should be a relatively easy dispute of fact to prove. There are either emails or correspondence or there isn't. So is it true that he didn't get in touch with them to pay royalties?
That's not true also. Anyone who has some sort of contribution to the track as practice and as I would do as a business has been paid, unless if we can be proven contrary. Where we stand and according to our record, there is no such.
So they were paid by Master KG for this track?
Anyone who contributed to the creation of the track Jerusalem was paid.
And that includes these two people?
They were never contributors to Jerusalem.
Okay, so they weren't paid?
No. They were not paid because they are not part of this. They are just claiming a victory because it's really available.
Okay, so
if they had contributed... Sorry, let me not contradict you. You are the interviewer. I'm the responder.
I was about to apologize for interrupting. So you continue. You're the guest.
Let me apologize for interrupting you. You asked the questions, I answered.
Okay, so just to sum up your position and tell me if I get this right. The two people you say didn't contribute to the music and that's why they weren't paid, because they made no contribution to Jerusalem at all.
We don't pay people who don't contribute to creation of music. These two names never contributed, therefore, according to how we practice as a business, we don't see why we should be paying them.
Nkateko,
unless proven contrary.
Sure. Nkateko, I do appreciate it. Go on.
Say that again.
I was going to end the interview, but I'm happy to give you a last word.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. I was just saying we are anticipating the court process to start so that this can play out in the right platform, not necessarily in the media. Thank you very much for the opportunity to do part of this.
All right, Nkateko, I appreciate the fact that you were available. Thank you. We'll watch it in court very closely. Nkateko Maluleke is the Managing Director of Open Mic Productions.